welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany Janae, and in today's video, we're going to talk about your favorite grifter, your favorite scammer, your favorite swindler, the prince of panhandling, Dr. Umar.
Ask the people for $1. I have never asked the people for $1 in my life. I have never asked the people for $1 in my life.
So hit that Cash App. Let me see who on the Cash App. Where them donations at? Where them donations at? Hit the Cash App.
Where them Cash Apps at, y'all? Ain't nobody came through yet. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Maybe something wrong with the Cash App, because I know y'all gonna send me something. With a Cash App. Okay, there we go. Sister Jenny, $21. Dang. Okay, thank you, Sister Jenny. That might have been your last dollar.
The credit card, go make a donation. I got to get this electric on in the high school. I know this is going to cost us at least $100,000 to get this electric done. It's going to cost us some money, brothers and sisters. Make sure you donate. Brothers and sisters, give me your grit money. Give me your weave money. Give me your perm money, your Jordan money, your Alizé money, your 40-ounce money. We need the money, brothers and sisters. How about you hit the Cash App? They broke the windows, so we got to pay. Brothers and sisters, hit your Cash App. $FDMG School. Hit the Cash App, brothers and sisters.
Thank you, Sister Avanti. $10 coming on the Cash App. Thank you, sister. Next time, make it 20, but thank you for that 10. I know you barely had that. Thank you, sister.
So, if y'all don't know, Dr. Umar has been on this internet streets begging for money. And so we have now on the internet, well, I say we, I wasn't part of the investigation, but basically the internet, Beyonce's internet, has discovered that Dr. Umar owes $40,000 to the government because of his school buildings that has been unoccupied for years.
Umar Johnson owes the feds around $40,000 in penalties and is probably going to lose that school. It's also why he's asking you guys for so much money every single day. See, if you go to courtconnects.gov and then put in 2 case numbers or put in Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, you're going to find 2 very ridiculous citations stating that on one building they owe $17,810.77 and on the other they owe $20,577.45. When I say they, I mean Umar. The trick of it is he's been putting the name down as Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey RBG International Leadership Academy Inc. But here's the really big kicker. See how that says vacant registration fee? See how that says $15,000? And see how it says $15,000 over here too? Well, if you take a look above my head, you'll see that you receive a new financial penalty every year that this building is vacant, culminating in $5,000 at the 10-year mark. However, there's an additional $500 every year after. Now, I'm going to ask you, if it stops at $5,000 at 10 years of vacancy, but he owes collectively around $30,000 between both buildings in those vacant registration fees, did Umar Johnson ever buy this building, or did he just slap his name on it?
So not only does he owe about $40,000, he owes in money for like water and sewage. The thing that stood out to me the most is that he owes vacancy fees. And so with vacancy fees, that means your building has been unoccupied. It is more than likely so bringing down the property value. It is deteriorating. And the purpose of vacancy fees is to motivate the people who own the buildings to occupy the building, to do something with the building. And he hasn't been doing anything. So it leaves me with the question of that everyone has been asking Dr. Umar, what are you doing with the people's money? What are you doing with the church's money? Because people have been donating and sending you money for the last 15 years to support you in this idea that you created of creating a school, an all-boys school or academy. And the idea itself sounds really nice. You sold a dream and people bought it. And now we're seeing that, I say we, but I think I kind of knew, that all of it was a lie. It was all a lie.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
It was all a lie. It was a scheme that Todd set up.
It could have been a scheme that Todd set up for him to come to you with the bush.
So that you can get money to fund yourself. And so that's what's going on. That is what's going on, sir. And so we have noticed a pattern, and it's unfortunate with a lot of these conscious community leaders having something weird going on, messy personal life, basically finding out that they are not a leader. And so Dr. Umar has been over years doing these interviews saying, you know, that calling out big name celebrities like Jay-Z, saying to donate to his school is tax exempt, like you can write off of your taxes and whatnot. Just for him to come out and say it's not tax exempt, and people have been donating their earned coins for years, and you can't get it tax. It's not tax exempt or anything. So it's like you sold the people a lie, you sold the people a dream, and they bought it. And so he has the gift of gab. That's just what that is, right? And it's not to say that he doesn't believe in his message, because he has said some interesting things over the years, which is why he has garnered a following, right? A cult following at that, probably, I'm certain. But if you still believe in his message or what he's selling in 2025, you're not a serious person. You cannot be a serious person if you're taking him serious, because he says things and he repeats them over and over and over and over again, right? Basically kind of like casting a spell is how I see it on his followers to believe in his message. And he's just a swindler at the end of the day. And so my thing is, what are you doing with the money? Because you know, like how people always say, like, if I was rich, there would be signs. Since there's no signs with him, because he doesn't appear to have a lot of money. So it's like, well, what are you doing with the money? Like, what is happening with the money? You know, stop donating to him. Y'all, just stop. I don't care if I get hate for this. People have to exercise with discernment when it comes to listening to people, whether it's in their personal lives or people on the internet. Like, and that's what it seems like. And so what I've come to notice as I go down this Umar rabbit hole, a lot of single women with young boys are his followers and believed in his message because they, you know, their household was missing a strong black male leader, and so they would look up to Dr. Umar to kind of be that for them and their sons, which is how he's in this situation now with this woman who's going on a press tour, airing out all of his dirty laundry, which leads me to the next thing. When you have a very messy personal life, like Dr. Umar Johnson, you cannot be a leader. You cannot be a leader. And that's not to say that people don't go through seasons where they have messiness in their lives. However, it's what you do with that mess and how you deal with that mess is what makes you a leader. And it all started tumbling down for him when his daughters came out and was speaking out against him, and how he's created at least 2 broken homes that we know of, right? And so we see this a lot with our conscious community leaders. So another hotep that I'm thinking about, because this whole hotel community is a whole mess, okay? So another person makes me think about is Young Pharaoh. So y'all know, some of y'all may know who Young Pharaoh is. He was kind of going viral a couple of years ago because he was saying some interesting things. A lot of people believed in his message and what he was saying, right? But one of the things that stuck out to me is that he is a criminal, girl. He is a convicted felon, and a lot of criminals have the gift of God because they want you to believe in them. They want you to believe in their message, right? And so we found out down the line that Young Pharaoh had all these messy issues where he had multiple baby mamas, which we knew about, but like all of the drama that he went through with that last baby mama that he would have on his channel all of the time, and basically to say he was drugged and all these other things. And I'm just saying all this to say is that when your life is not, like, if your personal life is not in order, or if it's constantly a mess, because we go through periods and seasons of mess, right? But if it's constantly a mess, if it's constantly under fire, and you're not doing a great job of like handling it, how can you tell someone else what to do with their life? How can you be a leader? You cannot be a leader. And so with Dr. Umar, who claims to be an intellect, like, he knew about this. He knew his building had been unoccupied for years, and he was getting hit with vacant fees for years because it's just been unoccupied. He knew that the bills were racking up. And so a lot of people saying this is why he was on the internet begging for money, saying his bank accounts are frozen. And I mean, I don't know if that's the reason why. That could be part of the reason, but it's just like, because I really don't know what he's doing with the money, because it doesn't seem like he's investing that money in those schools, in that building. It does not seem like he's investing that money in those schools or in those buildings. So it's like, is that really the reason why he was on the internet begging for money? I don't know. But he's under hot water, hot fire right now because he owes $40,000. He should have it. He's been doing this for years. He should have the money. And I get he's saying his bank accounts are frozen, but I'm not buying it. I don't believe in anything that he's saying. Like, at this point, I don't believe anything. And it's unfortunate because I know a lot of people feel the need to have something or someone to believe in. And oftentimes these hoteps, they speak a good game. But we've seen this time and time again, y'all. These hoteps, they just speak very well, very charming, very convincing, but they're just a swindler at the end of the day. So anyways, that's all I have for this video. My name is Brittany Janae. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to your girl, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.